What is up, everybody? It is last Cloudia time. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. I'm happy, honestly. The event's been great. Been a lot of stuff to check out in here, a lot of things to go through. It is still a farming event, right? I've pretty much been running my farming party all the way up, even through the nightmare content. So our buddy Stephen Moore asked for a breaker rem, or a breaker character, to be put up. I think it was in order to deal with Shin. Rem works well just because of the huge hit point pool she has, so I did set a Rem up in the friends list. She has breaker and advanced breaker, but honestly, I just ran Bad Boy Shin in the extra challenge, and I didn't have a problem with him. Now, of course, I did run that Rem that I have set up on the friends list. I also ran my Ray, right? And I had no problem muscling through it. I wasn't even really breaking him. So if anybody needs help with that, they need a different character put up. Honestly, I think I can just put Ray up and Ray can muscle his way through it, especially with his UR arc, which, I mean, I did throw that thing. It did seem to help a little bit, because you got to be careful with Shin. He can do a lot of damage. Also, one of the event items that we have does make Shin weaker, I believe, and I did have that item equipped onto Rem. So if anybody needs help overcoming Shin, just let me know. Shin gives you can potentially get a chest from fighting Shin that gives you 70 coins. I mean, that's nice. It's like 7 pulls right off rip, right? Other than that, as far as the nightmare levels go, you can run Unlucky Man, but all you're going to get is tickets. We're still grinding coins. So all for my mission is the level to go coin hunting in. It is the level 98 nightmare level. This is the new content that we got today, of course. These cost 3 a run. And yeah, it's all about farming. Just bring your farming party. It was nice to see an increase in coins, though, just in case you need to grind a bunch of them out. I'm doing fairly okay on this event. I just need to get that armor, and I'll have more than enough resources to power that thing up. So keep running your rogues. Don't get worried about the level requirement being 98 for this level. I ran a low tier party and had no problem cutting through all of this stuff. All for my mission, I do believe, is the best yielding coin level that we have. I counted like easily 40 some coins. I'm sure you could probably get 50 on a good run. So that is an upgrade from the level that we were running earlier in this event. And what was that thing yielding? I mean, on a bad run, you would get maybe like 20 coins. And on a good run, you get like 35, maybe 40. So this one is an upgrade, I believe, right? Either way, you should still go through this whole event, because a lot of these levels that you beat, they're going to give you a couple hundred coins a piece just for the first time completion reward. So you should get like 1,000 coins today just from going through all this stuff. And thank you, Last Cloudia, for giving us enough orange orbs just to really have a good grind of this thing today. So I did use all of mine up already, right? So all in all, it's been a pretty good grind. I dig it, right? Shin can be a difficult opponent. I think I'm going to try and test my Ray against him. I'm going to set him up, tweak him out a little bit, see how Ray does against Shin in a one-on-one. I think that's what I'm going to do next. But I just wanted to go over this real quick. You should be farming Nightmare. I mean, there is the beginner nightmare level, which we want to farm the level 98 strange enduring sound. And then there is the end nightmare level, where you want to be farming all for my mission. Personally, I think you can get more out of all for my mission. Okay, you might just get a little bit more coins here. And of course, Unlucky Man. Yeah, this one's going to give you 300 coins just for completing it. This is the one with Bad Boy Shin. So if anybody needs help with this, I can set up a character that will run you through this pretty much. And then, yeah, you just need to beat this once, and then go back to just running all for my mission just to get a bunch of these coins. Yeah, I just threw all mine. I spent like a couple minutes just doing these summons. So plenty of stuff there. And remember, if you are having a problem with Shin, let's see. If you go into the alchemy shop, the accessory that we just got, this thing I believe, where is it? Oh, look at that. We got some new stuff to, okay, I didn't finish the ninja scroll. What is this thing? Physical attack, critical damage plus 10%. You know what? That's actually pretty gnarly for like a 4-star. That's a good equipment. Your crit attacks are going to do, you know, 10% more to the crit. That's actually a pretty decent 4-star item that can be useful. And this this robe right here, the Getsu, I still have to unlock this thing. But obviously this is all about having enough of these to level everything up that you want. And then what is this? I don't even get a chance to look at it yet. The Ninja Blade Jin. Let's see. Physical attack plus 5%. Pretty straightforward. 4-star item. But 4-star items aren't always weak, especially when you pump them out. This thing has 62 strength base, right? And then you're going to get this to like plus 40. So it's going to have over 100 strength, and it's going to give physical attack plus 5%. Maybe at level 30 something gets added to the trait. I don't know. That would be cool. Who knows, right? But the actual accessory, let's look at the accessory that I think is going to help people with Shin. And of course, you do have to get this thing to level 30, at least, to proc that talent. I do believe this girl is holding on to it. This is the rem that I set up. She has decent hit points. She's only got 1420 attack, but I was asked to set up a breaker rem. So she has break, she has advanced break, and here it is, the God Swift boots. These things, right? And Shinobi Den plus 100% damage to Blaze Blade Shin, boss enemy. So I'm assuming that, you know, it's the Shin that we're fighting now because he's obviously a little bit more difficult than the other Shin. I was wondering about that. So make sure you have this equipped. Get it to at least level 30 so you can unlock that trait for Shin. Obviously getting it to level 40 is better. I mean, this is a good piece of equipment. It's giving a little bit of hit points, and it's giving attack and even some intelligence. So they're not too shabby. They're pretty decent stats. And this kind of works out well for Rem because of the hit point bonus. Remember, she gets to multiply that. So her hit points really do add up a lot. So this is the Rem that I put up. Now, like I said, I can change her. I can change her over to Ray with his UR arc, level 8. He's pretty damn narnar. You know, so you guys let me know what you guys think. If this girl helps, if she doesn't help, I'll switch over to Ray. I'm fairly certain Ray can muscle his way through there on his own. I'm going to be checking that later, and we'll have to see for sure. All right, but other than that, we got a new banner today. Here it is. It's the JP request gotcha. So JP voted, right? They got to make their voice heard, and they told Last Cloudia what the hell they want on a banner. Now, clearly they were limited here. Clearly they were limited. I'm pretty sure Adis was like, okay, we will let you, you know, make up your own banner, but no UR arcs. Because I can guarantee you the first thing everybody would have voted for is, yeah, throw them UR arcs up there. There are no UR arcs up here, but we got one of the best mages in the game right here, limited characters, and we got Balin. Right, I just picked up Balin not too long ago. I'm not too worried about it. And I actually pulled for Monster Yoda. He is absolutely a monster. We have this Ogetsu Heim, or whatever it's called. This thing is pretty cool. It can give you a really good buff. You know, when taking damage, chance to receive Brave or a critical or haste. Chance of dark attack magic to give curse. At battle start, give all enemies Spirit Riot. This Spirit Riot might be the one that, like, does some damage to you and cuts your healing. I don't know, I'm not going to look it up right now, but it's one of these break type statuses. It's pretty nice. And really what's cool about this is it gives the Sinister Junihoto, the Sinister Junihoto. This is pretty much like a badass dress for your side piece, you know what I'm saying? And it's got a pretty good trait on it, right? I mean, the defense, the mind is nice, some MP. 700 hit points is very nice. This is for a lady friend to wear. I'm thinking about even putting this on Rem, because Rem can die and come back. And when whoever is wearing this dies, enemy defeating the unit takes plus 20% damage for damage and 2 random basic status ailments. Brah, 20% more damage is effing huge, especially if you're sacrificing a character that's just going to come back to life and still be in the fight. If you can put an extra 20% damage debuff on whatever the hell you're fighting, your whole party is going to do 20% more damage to it. Think about how much damage that is. Over the course of like 10, 20 seconds, right? Even 10 seconds, let's say it's 10 seconds, that's your whole party going full tilt. You're going to know this is coming, right? You're going to pay attention to this girl's health. So you're going to save up some of your SCT. You're going to save up some skills. As soon as this girl dies and you see this debuff go off on the boss where they're taking 20% more damage, man, you got like 10, 20 seconds to dump all of your skills. And just think about that, guys. 20% more damage. It's everybody going to be pretty much hitting at damage cap, depending on what you're fighting, or closer to it. I mean, it is substantial. It's going to make such a huge difference, right? It's a great way to get through a threshold. It's just a super awesome buff, and it's super nifty and useful. Well, debuff. Especially with a zombie build. And I've mentioned that here and there because in Last Cloudia they give us abilities and items that let you bring characters back to life multiple times, sometimes, a lot of times. So, and with characters like Rem that have, 30,000 hit points and stuff like that, you could set her up to die once, put this debuff on the enemy, come back to life, and then use her transform ability to have, 30,000 hit points and to have super fast SCT, access to all her abilities, and she's going to be throwing heavy hitting abilities left and right, and the enemy is going to be taking plus 20% damage, right? So there's just a really good combo you can do with this, just a lot of fun nifty builds you can do with this. Just remember, only a woman can wear this, so that's going to have to be your sacrificial lamb, but there's a lot you can do with it. So I can see why it's up. I can see why they voted for this thing. A lot of people are going to want to mess with that for the nifty build you can get out of it. Then we have Wishes on a Holiday Night. Let me reminisce for a second. This was the arc with Holy Night Theria, Christmas Theria, whatever the hell her name was. I still have her little black dress. I wear it every Sunday. Because obviously I couldn't get the characters, so what else am I going to do? I just have my little black dress. Obviously this was on my old account. The point is, this arc is up for grabs again, this Christmas arc. So it's got to have some decent stuff on it, right? For people to want to bring this thing back from the past so we can pull on it now. So let's take a look at it. Arc attributes. Dark damage received, minus 10%. A probability to recover some hit points to all allies. Basic status ailment resist plus 1. So this is pretty good, right? This is pretty damn nifty. It's not a bad arc attribute. It's got decent stats. The Arc Ether reward is the Wraith of Wishes. Close to death, recover hit points greatly. How about that for a zombie build right there? That's kind of the same thing. It's not because it's close to death, right? This doesn't actually let you come back to life. But, when you get down to 10 hit points, this will kick in and boom, you're back up to half health or a little more. So that's what this does. And it does give some intelligence, right? So it's almost kind of like an extra life on a character. When they're about to die, boom, they get a huge heal instantly, right? And it's given some decent stats. So there's that. That thing's kind of nifty. But I think people want the skills off of this. We have Holy Night Radiance. Light attack damage plus 10% during night, 6 p.m. to 5:59 a.m. So if you're fighting a boss that's weak to light, you want to load Lily up with this and go in there at 7 o'clock at night. Because of the time restraint on it, this thing only costs 3 SC to get plus 10% light attack damage. That is actually very useful, and it's low SC. We got an MP up 3. It's useful. Quick trigger. This was a big deal when this came out, right? This had quick trigger on it. So this was a big deal just because of that. You got Stardust Heal, Shining Zoc, meh. But then we have Illumination. And I don't even think I leveled this thing up all the way to unlock this thing. But this is nifty, right? Every 10 seconds, generate a random magic wall. Fire, ice, earth, thunder, light, or dark. Effect will repeat 3 times. I mean, that actually can be a game changer because these are walls that are giving damage reduction to your whole party. Now, they are random, right? But what if you're fighting an enemy that uses, 2 to 3 different elements and they're really gnarly attacks? Well, if any of those walls come up, you just shaved a lot of damage off of your party, right? And for one character bringing this for 8 SC, that one character can put walls up that everybody can take advantage of. True, you're going to have to play, you're going to have to let it kind of match up to the damage that you're receiving. You might have to rerun the level a couple of times if it's really a hard battle, but this could make the difference between winning a fight and not, is getting lucky and getting some walls to proc that are giving you damage reduction to whatever the boss is throwing. I mean, if the stars align, this can actually really help you, and only one character has to bring it for all of your characters to be having the advantage of these random walls that give you damage reduction to different types of element. And yeah, this is 8 SC, but only one character has to bring it. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. This is really the only thing up here that I don't have. I'm okay on the Arc Ether reward for now. Holy Knight, Radiance, and Illumination would be cool to mess around with, but all in all, I'm not gonna stress over this thing. I could see why some people would want it, especially for light builds. But really, I think it's the heroes that are on here. We have Monster Yoda. He's a freaking monster. He is just that top tier mage. I've been talking to people about some of the crazy crit builds for him. Apocalypse just has such a high damage cap that you could just really fill that thing out and do a ton with it. And you can spam it. I mean, I definitely pulled for this guy for this new account so I could have an awesome dedicated mage. I don't regret any of it ever, right? Like, I just pulled Lily not too long ago. Not even all that worried about building Lily because I have this guy, right? I mean, he can throw any element. He has a super high intelligence, right? And then, to fall back on, he has Apocalypse. So that's why I wasn't really so stressed to build Lily up. But, for light-specific fights, I figure I should still have Lily to really throw that nasty Shining Zoc and to break light resist even more. So I will be working on her here and there, but as far as magic damage goes, this is my main squeeze right here, Monster Yoda. He is a nightmare, and he's up right now. So try to pull this guy if you need an awesome mage. You can't go wrong with him. He will cover everything. He will cover all elements. Hit them with the super high intelligence, right? And he actually has a great skill kit and actually does good skill damage on top of that. He has a nifty aura that powers up mages, right? And just super great stats all around. And his S4 is the bomb diggity. All right. We also have Balin on here. Balin came out before Roland on Global, and he was very powerful. His little aura abilities, they're better than Roland's aura. IMO, in my opinion. Honestly, even if you have Roland's paid item that increases gives you the 5% boost to his charisma. Balin still has better charisma abilities. He has amazing crowd control. His sword attacks hit people across the damn room. There's just a lot you can do with this guy. A lot of people are building Balins, and for good reason. You can do a crit build. You can do a base damage build where you might not crit that much, but everything he's going to hit you with is just going to have a high base damage. So there's really no escaping that. His paid weapon feeds him SCT really well. If not, there's plenty of swords that he can use. And this guy keeps himself fed. keeps people pinned to the wall, and can stay out of the threat range while hitting people with some of his further attacks. He has an amazing kit. He can cut the distance between you and the enemy and just drop down and do a nice AoE attack all around him, throwing people up in the air, doing great damage. He can bank off of abilities that increase damage to airborne enemies because he is throwing fools around all over the place anyway. So, highly sought after character. Balin's a badass. You should be able to tell just by looking at the background. He's just a cool dude all around, right? In the kingdom, I think he is regarded as the most powerful swordsman. So yeah, this guy is definitely Narnar. Love his abilities. Just a great character. Yeah, that's right. And he has a chance to just counter with one of his skills. Ephemeral swordplay, his S1. So when attack with a physical attack, chance to automatically counter with your S1. That is so gnarly because that S1 sends everybody flying. And it's so nice just to get it for free. A lot of times you can just wipe a map with it instantly from a counter. And I don't know, I never got into testing this, but I don't know if you put counter on him, if it'll kind of help this counter. I don't know. Somebody can answer that. Somebody that's really built him. I had him on the old account, and I have him now, but I don't have his weapon. But you know what? This guy can get a lot of different swords, and he can use them. So, I mean, I'm still going to work on him. I'm going to build this guy up. I just need to figure out exactly which weapon I want for him, right? But I had to choose between like Loga's sword and his sword, and Loga's sword was cheaper. So, and he also has Silver Swordsman. Against large bosses, skill and special damage plus 35% damage. That's a huge boost. He's just a giant killer, right? So that's what this guy's all about. And again, amazing charisma abilities. Like, in my opinion, more powerful than Roland's, and he has quite a few of them. So you can kind of mix and match with what you want to do. So that's this guy in a nutshell. Uber powerful. Everybody wanted this character for good reason. Well, he is up here, and you can pull him, or you can pull Monster Yoda. They're definitely top-tier characters, both of them. And the arcs, are interesting, right? One of them's like kind of like the limited Christmas arc. That's not typically in the pool, I don't think. Yeah, Wishes on a Holy Night was a limited arc. It was just for Christmas, or I'm sure I would have pulled one by now. And Ghostheim Ogetsu, it's not a limited arc, right, but it just came out somewhat recently, around when Bad Boy Shin came out. So if you didn't get your hands on it, you want to do some exciting stuff with like a zombie build and cursing people, hey, it's up right now. So good luck to everybody on this banner, okay? So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We talked about just about everything. Yeah, if anybody needs help with that event, let me know. But other than that, enjoy the grind, everybody. And remember, one of our quests here, I don't want anybody to miss out on this, but if you actually look at your missions, if you go to your event mission and check these, because sometimes they'll have a weird little requirement for you to get some badass piece of gear. Well, here's a 6-star piece of gear right here. The robe, boost movement speed, lowest chance of evade physical attacks. This is good, and this can be leveled up, I do believe. Yeah. But you have to beat one of the bonus levels 10 times, right? And this event's only up for so long, so you need to be running that level every single day. It is the only extra challenge level that they only let you run once a day. Make sure to run that thing. It doesn't yield much. It's just kind of like a meh, whatever fight. But if you don't run it every day, I'm sure they put in enough days for you to skip a day here and there, but if you don't run it enough days, you're not going to be able to run it 10 times. You're not going to get this piece of gear, right? And that's just kind of a waste. So hopefully everybody gets that. Hopefully everybody's been running that thing, but just in case, right, I just wanted to put that out there. So if I've missed anything, somebody please let me know. And yeah, I will be actually working on Ray and setting him up and doing some vids with him, just kind of seeing how much stuff I can conquer with him. So we're going to be running some nightmare content, because It's just something I like to do when I get a new character. I run him solo. And I encourage everybody to do this. When you get a new character, run him solo so you can really pay attention to how their skills work, when the skills can be interrupted. That way you have a better grasp of how to actually use the character, and you're not wasting skills by having them being interrupted. You just get a better feel for the character when you run them, solo like that. When you're running a 3-character party, there's a lot going on. You might not even notice what your character's doing. You know which skills you're pushing on and what you're telling him to do, but you might miss a beat here and there. So I encourage everybody when they get a new character that they're going to be serious about, put him in a party by himself and just run him around and wreak some havoc with him. So I'm about to get into that with Ray pretty much. So I'll keep you guys posted. But so far, pretty awesome little event, right? It's all about the grind. There is a decent fight at the end with Shin. And there's more stuff to come, right? I know there's more stuff to come because, like I said, if we go into the alchemy lab, I pretty much beat this whole event today. We went through it. And there's still stuff I don't have here. The ninja blade, like we still have to get this. And obviously, if I run that event 4 more times, I will get the Swift fight. Swift fight. Yeah, it's Swift fight. I thought it was Swift foot. Yeah, I'll be able to get this robe. I still don't know how to get this sword, but we'll figure it out soon. I'm sure they'll drop something else, and I'll keep you guys posted. Good luck, everybody out there. Let's see. I'm still going to have to grind out a bunch of these if I want to level up all of these items. I stopped on the ninja scroll at 30. This is the item that makes one of the boss fights a little easier because it slows down Shinobi in the fight. But even with like the 1,000 coins that I had today, I probably only got 60 of these stones that you use to actually level these items up. So let's say I have like 80 of them. 80 of them would be enough for this sword and for this armor, right? So I would still... I'd still have to grind out 40 more for the ninja robe, and I'd still have to grind out 10 more for the scroll. So I still need at least 50 of these stones. I have time. I'm going to do that, but all in all, that's not too bad. I think this event is up for, 8 more days? Don't quote me on that, but should be plenty of time. So yeah, guys, best of luck to everybody out there. Comments are open, and I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.